Hello, hello, fourth graders. We are here today to talk about our comprehension skill for the week. And what we are learning this week is theme. So luckily you can see here I wrote review because we've all done this before. So this lesson is actually something that we should be able to move forward with just a few questions hopefully, but hopefully also I'm going to answer some of those right now. So just a quick review, what is a theme? What is the theme of a story? Think about that in your head. All right, so here are some of the answers. So a theme would be the overall message, the lesson, or another word we've talked about is the moral. So the thing about this is with a theme, it can't be what you think the theme is or what you feel the theme is. The theme comes directly from what the author is trying to teach with the story. So the theme is always going to be what the author is telling you. Okay, and how are we going to find that theme? Well, Miss Disney's favorite word, Miss Pugh's favorite word, we are going to prove it with evidence. Okay, so we're always going to go based on the evidence in the story to prove the theme. It's not what we think, it's not what we feel, it's what the story tells us or what the author tells us. Okay, so now that we've reviewed what a theme is, the overall message that the author is trying to teach, the lesson that the author is trying to teach, or the moral that the author is trying to teach, we are going to talk about the fact that themes are universal. Okay, that's a big word. We've heard that word universal, like Universal Studios, or when we're talking about our universe in science. But what I mean by universal, or when we're talking about a theme, means that it can apply to everyone, okay? Anyone in the world, anyone in the universe. That's what universal means. So it doesn't just apply to like a single character or individual, okay? It applies to anyone in the world. And let me give you an example of that. What I mean by that is you wouldn't say, if you're reading Little Red Riding Hood, okay, you wouldn't say, the theme of the story is that Little Red Riding Hood needed to learn to trust her instincts. Okay, you would say something like, you should trust your instincts. That's the difference. When we say Little Red Riding Hood should learn to trust her instincts, we're referring to a specific character. And when we're talking about theme, we do not want to do that. We want to say the theme as if it could apply to anyone in the world. It could apply to my daughter. It could apply to my neighbor walking down the street. It can apply to a stranger. So that's why we say it like, trust your instincts. All right, so how do we find the theme? And I drew these pictures really, really small, so I apologize ahead of time. Maybe I'll hold them up to the camera. We'll see how that works. So we want to, first of all, look at what the characters do, say, and feel. So you can see I drew a little picture here, and it says this character is jumping for joy. So that gives us a clue that the theme would probably be something along a positive or happy line, okay? If a character is saying, I'm sorry at the end of the story, right? That would tell us that the theme probably has something to do with apologizing or forgiveness. And if a lot of the feelings in the story are sadness, then maybe the theme is going to be more towards that feeling, okay? So we want to look at what the characters do, say, and feel. Then there are, of course, other clues for finding the theme, okay? We can, let me switch my paper, look at how the character grows during the story or changes. So if in the beginning of the story, the character is bragging about herself or himself or talking like they're the best, but by the end, they're being humble and looking at other people's good qualities, then that would give us a clue to the theme. You can also look for ideas that are repeated in the story. So to go back to my other example, if a character is apologizing and like recognizing that they've made mistakes or fixing their errors they've made, then if that's happening over and over again, then that's going to tell you that the theme is something about forgiveness. Okay, and last but not least, I just want to give you some examples of common themes. So we've got don't judge a book by its cover. That's a theme that you're going to see in a lot of different stories. We've got it's best to forgive, or you can say that in many different ways, like you should always forgive. That's going to be in a lot of different stories. And then if you fail, try again. Similar to never give up, something like that. Okay, so in our text this week, we want to be looking at how the characters grow or change. Check. Ideas that are repeated. Check. We're looking for how the characters act. Wait, that's not how I said it. Sorry. What they do, say, or feel. Check, check, check. And those things, that evidence, will give us clues to what the theme of the story is. Remember, as you're doing these pages in your term book or as you're reading our story for the week, if you have any questions, please check in at our office hours, Monday through Thursday, 11 to 11:30, and Tuesday and Wednesday night, 4 to 5 p.m. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.